module 1 of the SIP, that is UHV 1. In that there are 15 sessions. So these 15 sessions are delivered by the faculty members who are well equipped with the exploration of the proposals and who are well acquainted with the content. So we have been discussing these sessions one by one in the past. Now this is one of the cycles going on, wherein we have reached session number 7, end of session number 7 in the last Wednesday. Now today we will go into this session number 8, the foundation of relationships. So we start discussing about this relationship part from this session onwards. We covered up to the harmony in the human being, harmony of the self very briefly, and then harmony of the self with the body, the health part in the last session. Yeah, so before we go forward, let us see what are the content which we discussed in the previous session, as well as what is the assignment which has been discussed in the previous session. And we can also listen from the participants who attended the previous sessions if there are some questions with regard to the content in the previous session, and then we can go forward. Yeah, this content is also, this session is also being live streamed. So many students are attending and faculty members are also attending this in the YouTube channel also. So welcome all of you for this, to this Wednesday eSIP follow-up meeting. After the health session, this was the home assignment which was given. Write 3 of your key takeaways in the order of significance from both the discussions on health. In maintaining health, what do you consider as your responsibilities towards your family and friends, your hostel and college, your natural environment? Is the topic of staying healthy necessary to be included in your education, in campus life? Suggest in what form it can be included in education by teachers, management, etc. That is counseling part, courses, etc. You can suggest ways and means it can be implemented by you, other students, wardens, in campus life, in the student clubs, hostel, mess, canteen, health center, etc. So this was an assignment which has been given to the students at the end of the previous session, the health session. I can see that many teachers also have joined in this weekly reunion, Wednesday reunion. If there are some questions regarding this assignment or the content which we discussed in the previous session, we can, yeah, many of you are available with the mics also, so you can raise the question in the mic. We can have some discussion in that way.
हेलो, मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है भैया?
या राजेश कुमार जी, नमस्ते.
हाँ, मैं हिंदी में बात कर रहा हूँ सर, चलेगा ना?
Yeah, I can try to understand, but I will be replying in English only.
Okay, no problem sir. 7.2 पॉइंट पे मैं बात करूंगा. मेंटेनिंग हेल्थ, व्हाट डू यू कंसीडर इन योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज टुवर्ड्स योर फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स. तो मुझे इसमें ऐसा बात करना है कि जो बच्चे स्कूल में, कॉलेजेस में पढ़ रहे हैं, तो उनके हेल्थ के बारे में अवेयरनेस जरूरी है. और जैसा कि कैंटीन रहता है, कॉलेज की कैंटीन है, हॉस्टल की कैंटीन है, तो उसमें मुझे ये बताना है कि जो भी बच्चे वहाँ खाना खाते हैं तो खाना गर्म होना चाहिए और बहुत ज़्यादा स्पाइसी नहीं होना चाहिए, और टाइम पे उन्होंने खाना चाहिए, टाइम पे सोना चाहिए, ताकि वो खाना डाइजेस्ट हो और अच्छी तरीके से उनका शरीर डेवलप हो. तो ये कुछ सजेशन जो मेरे है. और उसके साथ साथ नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट में उन्होंने जीना चाहिए. मतलब ये तो सही है कि सुबह उन्होंने सूर्योदय के पहले उठना चाहिए और बाकी शौच करने के बाद थोड़ा सा उन्होंने मूविंग रहना चाहिए, कुछ हल्की एक्सरसाइज करना चाहिए, 1-2 किलोमीटर वो बच्चों ने चलना चाहिए ताकि उनका हेल्थ अच्छा रहे। तो हेल्थ अगर अच्छा रहता है तो पढ़ाई में बहुत अच्छा एक भरोसा बैठता है। और अगर बीमार रहते हैं तो अच्छी तरीके से पढ़ाई नहीं कर सकते वो, और हमेशा वो हेल्थ के बारे में सोचते रहते हैं कि अगर मेरे को सर्दी हुआ है, टेम्परेचर आया है, तो गोलियां लेने के चक्कर में रहते हैं। तो अगर वो लाइफ स्टाइल अपनी अगर बदल लेते हैं, मतलब ये सजेशन एक लोगों के लिए नहीं है, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट इसमें जुड़े हुए हैं, उन सभी के लिए ये सजेशन है कि वो अपनी लाइफ स्टाइल जो है अगर वो ठीक रखते हैं, टाइम पे उठते हैं, टाइम पे पढ़ाई करते हैं, टाइम पे अगर सोते हैं, तो उनका शरीर बहुत अच्छा रहेगा और एनर्जेटिक रहेंगे वो। तो मेरा तो ऐसा मानना है कि सुबह उठने के बाद उन्होंने, हर बच्चे ने कम से कम 1-2 किलोमीटर पैदल चलना चाहिए, जिससे उनका हेल्थ अच्छा रहे। जी, तो इतना ही मेरी शेयरिंग थी, खास तौर से
उसी
बच्चों के
नंबर
लिए
पे
जो।
है ना, है ना पेटीएम इस
जी,
नंबर पे?
आवाज मेरी सुनाई दे रही है
जी जी
भैया?
भैया, जी
हाँ,
भैया।
तो ये मेरी छोटी सी शेयरिंग थी, जो कि स्टूडेंट को कंसीडर करते हुए मैं ये सब बता रहा हूँ। बेसिकली मैं भी डॉक्टर हूँ, और यूएचवी से मैं करीब पिछले 8 महीने से जुड़ा हूँ, और करीब तीसरा जो UHP 3 जो चल रहा था, मॉर्निंग सेशन, उसमें मैं लगातार जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। और वहाँ से हमारी बहुत सारे प्रोसेस चलते हैं, और बहुत सारी चीजें, बहुत सारा डिस्कशन हम करते हैं। शुक्रवार के दिन भी जो हेल्थ के सेशन चलते हैं, उससे भी मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। तो ये कुछ शेयरिंग मेरी थी जो कि बच्चों के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। और एक और सजेशन है कि बच्चों ने ज्यादा तौर से जो स्पाइसी फूड है, पिज्जा है, बर्गर है, ये सब चीजें उन्होंने अवॉइड करना चाहिए। और हो सके तो अगर दूध, मिल्क अगर अच्छा मिलता है तो वो भी वो ले सकते हैं, लेकिन ये सब चेक करके, अगर अच्छा दूध मिलता है तो वो ले सकते हैं। तो ये थोड़ा सा सजेशन था जो बच्चों के लिए यूजफुल रहेगा। तो इतनी मेरी शेयरिंग है भैया। थैंक यू वेरी मच
Very
सर।
nice. Very nice. Thank you so much for this input. That
ओके
will be
सर, ओके,
helpful.
थैंक यू,
Yeah, that
थैंक
will
यू
be
सर।
helpful to many students who would be
जी,
attending this session in the Zoom platform as well as in the YouTube channel. Very nice.
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू सर।
Nice. So being a doctor, you are able to see this very nicely and you are able to help many others also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. In future, I will also share something for regarding good health, lifestyle, all things I will share. Thank you, sir.
Very nice. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So Rajesh Kumar ji was telling regarding this, what you can see on screen right now regarding for staying healthy, what they have to do. That is what Bhaiya was explaining very nicely with some guidelines, I would say. So basically what we say is that the intake and daily routine, they can focus upon this box A for staying healthy. This is the proposal. They can focus upon this intake and daily routine. The lifestyle is what Bhaiya has been focusing right now. Intake also is another thing which he has been focusing upon. What to take? Intake means it what we take in from all our 5 senses. That includes, as you can see, what is given below: air, water, sunlight, food. The food is nutritious, digestible, and the waste is excretable, etc. All intake through our senses: sound, sight, smell, etc. All these things. Yeah. So this has been discussed in detail in the previous Wednesday, and today it has been with some guidelines. Rajesh Bhaiya has explained this very nicely. So thank you so much for this. We will move ahead. Before that, Mamta Didi has also raised and unmuted her mic. If Didi would like to share something. I cannot see Didi right now in the participants list, so Didi may be sharing it later. All right. So we will go ahead with our content of today. Yeah. So this was the assignment. Students who has been attending this session in the previous Wednesday would be it is good if they can focus upon this assignment. The assignments which we give usually at the end of each session is for our self-reflection, self-exploration. In the SIP also, we give this assignment to the students. It is not to fetch some marks, but it is for our self-exploration. And teachers also can do this assignment for their own self-development, I would say. Yeah. 7.2, 7.3, these two assignments can be, these 2 points can be, or questions can be responded with the help of what we can do or what we can help the family, friends, the colleagues in the college and the hostel, the nature, and yeah, in other parts of the institutions, like in part of education, what you can do in the canteen, what you can do. There are many student clubs in the institution. There is canteen, there is a health center, there is mess, etc. So what we can do in these associated in establishments with the college. So this is also part of it. Yeah. Mamta Batra Didi, you have been now provided with the mic. You unmuted earlier. Oh, now Didi, I cannot see mic with her. Didi, do you have the mic with you? I don't think so. There is some problem with her mic, I think. Okay, anyway, so we will just move on to the next part of the content. Now in session 8, we start this discussion about the relationship. Because students have, we started with the concerns, fears of the students in the session number 2 after the self-introduction, where these issues like anger, mistrust, fear, etc., this say jealousy, opposition, succumbing to peer pressure, all these things would have been reported by the students, or would have been explored and would have been self-reflected by the students in the session, in the initial sessions. Now, from here onwards, we are trying to see how to see the relationship for oneself, and then see what are the naturally acceptable feelings, and then thus how to overcome the issues of anger, mistrust, fear, etc. by oneself. It is not that we have some prescriptions. We have been trying to help the students to explore by themselves and to see the solutions for themselves. In the solutions are there within, so they can try and see the solutions for themselves. Yeah, so we move ahead. As an introduction, this is something which we can see. We have been exploring this in the previous session also, that for human being, physical facility is necessary, but relationship is also necessary, because we have the choice and we have been exploring. Even the universal human values is one of the ways of seeing things, the reality. But even without that, we are exploring. But whether it is in the with the right understanding or not, that is what we have to check within. So to live with fulfillment in relationship, right understanding of relationship is also necessary. This has been explored in the third session, I suppose. Third session in the Students Induction Program, UHV 1. We have also checked, or rather we can check again, if the unhappiness in our families is more due to lack of physical facility or more due to lack of fulfillment in relationship. Let us explore within whether the unhappiness in our families, if it is there, is it more due to lack of physical facility or is it more due to lack of fulfillment in relationship? What do you say? You can use a chat box for the response. Say A or B. You can just type A if the unhappiness is more due to lack of fulfillment in lack of physical facility, and B if it is more due to lack of fulfillment in relationship. Yeah, I can see B as a response by Amaresh Priya, Sridharan Bhaiya, Mamta Didi, Rajesh Kumar Bhaiya, Preeti Didi, Ji, Arun Bhaiya, Vaishali Didi, nice. Girish Chandran Bhaiya, very nice. Ganesh Bhaiya, Subrao Ji, yeah. Shashi Kumar Ji, all of you are typing B in the chat box. Nice. So this we have been exploring in the students workshop as well as in the teachers introductory workshop, that these maybe both of these A and B are the reasons, but what is more important or what is more of a priority in for the unhappiness in our families is lack of fulfillment in relationship. So the major issue in the family is that of relationship, physical facility, and the body that is used as a means for this relationship. So when we have to express this relationship, we use the body. We also use the physical facility to express the relationship. Like for example, taking care of someone, we use the physical facility, and for guidance, we use the say interaction. So for that also, for interaction and for communication with the other human being, we require the body as an instrument. So the body is used as an instrument. Physical facility is used as a means for this relationship. So this is what we have been exploring in the previous sessions, session number 3 to be precise. Now we will start our exploration on relationship, that is right understanding of feelings in relationship. To be precise, this feeling part we will explore with right understanding in this session. Now, regarding relationship, what is being given here in the view foil is family is the basic unit of building block of human organization. It extends beyond the blood relationship. Are you able to see that? Family is not just the members who are at the home, but the family includes those who are at the institution, at the workplace, those who are studying with the students, that is the other students, the fellow beings, and all those teaching staff who are there in the institution, and many others. So like as it is given here, the teachers, the classmates, and then the other batchmates, the faculty and staff in the college. Are you able to see that all of us make a single family? Yeah. Very nice. So Sridharanji is typing yes in the chat box. Very nice. So family is not just comprises of the persons who are blood related, so others also. But we have to explore in detail regarding this. What is a relationship with other human beings? How we are interrelated? If it is not blood related, how we are related? So this is what we are going to discuss, or rather explore in a bit of a detail in this particular session, or starting from this session, I would say. Now we can respond to that question, which is given in blue in the view foil. How do we want to live with them? With a feeling of relationship or with a feeling of opposition? What do you think? How do you want to live with the people in the in our institution? Yeah, relationship. Many of you are typing relationship or R in the chat box. Sridharan ji, Vaishali ji, Rajesh Kumar ji, Mamta ji, Amresh ji. Everyone is typing relationship in the chat box. Nice. So this is something which is part of our natural acceptance. Arun ji is also typing the same thing. Shashi Kumar ji, nice. Part of our natural acceptance. Yeah, Ganesh ji is also typing the same thing. We can check what is naturally acceptable to us. A, you want to be happy and make the other unhappy. B, you want to be happy and make the other happy. C, you want to be unhappy and make the other happy. And D, you want to be unhappy and make the other unhappy. So what is naturally acceptable? B, right? I can see B in the chat box. Preeti ji, Sridharan ji are typing this in the chat box. Arun ji is also typing B in the chat box. Ganesh ji is typing B in the chat box. Amta Ji typing B. So we can, yeah, Subrao Ji, nice. We can help the students also to explore when the teachers conduct this. Yeah, Vaishali Ji, thank you. Shashikumar Ji, thank you for typing the message in the chat box. When we discuss this content with the students, when teachers are discussing this content with the students, we can help them to explore very slowly as well as very gently to this relationship through these questions. So what is naturally acceptable to us is we want to be happy and make the other happy. Nice. But so we don't want to be unhappy for ourselves. We don't want to make the other also unhappy. That is what we want to be. Yeah. So in order to live in a relationship, it is necessary to understand relationship, is it not? Without understanding relationship, it is difficult to live in relationship. So this word relationship has been used or has been in use in our daily routine in several occasions. But are we really understanding this, the meaning of this word relationship? We can ask ourselves, are we really able to understand, or are we really looking into the real meaning of this word relationship? Let us try to explore further. So we have been into several workshops. Still, let us try to explore further into this word relationship. This is what the UHV 1 and UHV 2 speaks about mostly. The meaning of the word relationship and deeper exploration into this aspect of relationship with right understanding. So the most fundamental thing in understanding relationship is to understand the feelings or values in relationship. So relationship, as we have explored, it is there between every human being, or the self of every human being to the self of every other human being. That is the first proposal regarding relationship. Relationship is there between the self of every human being to the other self, or is it between the body and the body? What do you think? Is relationship between self and self, self to self, or body to body? Self to self. Yeah, self to self. Then what is this love at first sight? Yeah, everyone is selling self to self. Nice. Sridharanji, Mamata Didi, Amresh, Faya, Girish ji is also typing self to self. Yeah, Shashikumar ji, Subrao ji, Rajesh Kumar ji. Nice. And what is this love at first sight? I ask a question. Is it from self to self or something else? Ganesh ji, Arun ji, nice. Thank you for the comments. How can we see this love at first sight? Attraction. Sridharan ji is typing attraction of the body. Shashikumar ji is typing maybe one side. Yeah. It is, yeah, Ganesh is typing it is self to self. That is the relationship. Okay, so we can keep this open. Attraction, if this attraction is between self to self or body to body, when you say love at first sight, we will just keep it open. So right now, let us try to explore the proposal that the relationship is there between one human being and the other human being, and these feelings in relationship is there in the self of a human being. If it is with the body, then we may have to explore regarding all these kind of body-based differences in the human being. Somebody who is handsome, somebody who is attractive, or somebody who is beautiful, we say, based on say, when we say somebody is beautiful, that is relative. It is not somebody who is beautiful to someone else, may not be beautiful to somebody else. These all things are body-based. So these are not definite. the body-based kind of differentiation or the body-based kind of attraction is not definite. It is relative from person to person. It changes from person to person. But the feelings in the relationship, we say that the feelings can be discussed with some definiteness. So this is also a proposal. The feelings can be discussed with definiteness. It is from one self to the other self. Let us see what are these feelings or values. Yeah. So any questions regarding what we have discussed so far? Regarding the feelings part, regarding this relationship, the proposals, or anything which we have discussed so far? Any sharing? If not, we can go forward regarding understanding this relationship and understanding the feelings specifically in relationship. So we say as a proposal again, trust is the foundational value of relationship. So we will see in our discussion why we say trust as a foundational value. Girish ji, have a question or sharing? Your mic is on mute. Okay, maybe accidental. That's fine. Let me mute you for the time being. All right. Yeah, so let us see what are the proposals regarding trust. Try to reiterate the proposals and try to understand this in a bit more depth. So my proposal before you regarding trust is to be assured. To be assured, to have the clarity that the other wants to make me happy and prosperous. I'm sorry, there was a network issue with my system. So I connected from another network connection. I hope I am audible right now. Yeah, thank you. Are you able to see the screen now? I am rejoining with the screen. Yes, thank you. Nice, nice. Okay. So what we have been discussing is regarding this trust. So trust, the proposal is to be assured to have the clarity that the other wants to make me happy and prosperous. Let us try to explore this further. We will try to explore this feeling of trust between two individuals. So you are the first individual and the other is someone in your family, somebody who is very close to you. So we can start with somebody who is very close to you. And then later we can see someone who is not very close to you also in this particular discussion. So let us start with someone who is very close to you in your family or your close friends and ask these simple questions to understand this trust. Now, this is the first question about your natural acceptance. I want to make myself happy. Do you? Do you want to make yourself happy? Yes. Priti Didi, Mamta Didi. Vaishali Didi, Sridharan, yeah, many of you. Many of you are typing yes in the chat box. So this, if you ask the students also, because this is what they want to be, they will put yes here and they will respond with yes. So that is my experience also. Let us put a tick mark here because I want to make myself happy. I want to make the other happy. Do you want to make the other happy? Again, this is the one part. Yeah. Girish Khaya is typing yes in the chat box. Shukhangi is typing yes in the chat box. Preeti Jain Didi is typing yes. Nice. I want to make the other also happy. Mamta Didi is typing not always. Yeah. Chamundeshwari ji is typing yes in the chat box. Yeah. Mamta Didi, what we are discussing here is regarding my want part. What do you want to be? Do you want to make the other happy? So you can ask the question, do you want to make the other unhappy? Then you will get the response for this question. Do you want to make the other unhappy? No. Yeah. Mamta Didi is typing no in the chat box. So nice, Didi. So you can explore like this. You can just ask the contrary. What do you want to be? If you cannot see whether you want to make the other happy, you can ask whether you want to make the other unhappy. So this question is usually asked by the students, that why do you want to make the other happy? Because the other is like this, like that. All these complaints may be there with the students. Then you can ask the question, okay, that's fine. Do you want to make the other unhappy? Do you actually want to make the other unhappy? This can be asked. There may be exploring regarding the competence part rather than this intention or natural acceptance. So what I want to be is I want to make myself happy and I want to make the other happy. So we can let them explore. Even if they say again no, we can keep it open. That is it. So most of us said that I want to make the other happy. So this is my natural acceptance. Now the other wants to make herself or himself happy. Does the other? Yeah, Girishji, nice, thank you. Amta Didi, thank you. Chamundeshwari Didi, thank you. Everyone is putting yes in the chat box. So this also is a natural acceptance that the other wants to make herself or himself happy. We can put tick mark here also. Gee, if somebody is having a question, you can ask. I'm just passing mic to many of you, rather most of you.
Hello.
Gee.
Yes. Namaste. Namaste. Sir, I also face the same issue when I ask students, others want to make you happy. They repeat, even if I keep it open, their answer is repeatedly after couple of days is same.
That's okay.
Huh.
That's
So
okay.
Still
But
we can
just,
keep it open. Achha.
Yeah, still we can keep it open. We don't need to convince anything to anybody. We can keep it open, but we can just let them explore regarding this. when you say you don't want to make the other happy, do you want to make the other unhappy?
Yes, I ask such contrary questions also, but they say, yes, it depends. If others, they come down to some story. If others, if then else may, they play.
Then you can bring their attention to, are you actually referring to the intention or competence part? The ability part or the natural acceptance? So this is...
Yes, I did that. He desire, do you want, go part, yeah, competence. But still, but then I kept it open. I thought some more time should be given. They must be disturbed or something.
So we can give this these points for self-exploration and let them explore with themselves, because now we are going to ask these questions of competence on the right side of the same chart. So once maybe that is open, they may be able to explore for themselves. In one particular SIP, I was asking this question: do you want to be happy? Then a student said, no, I don't want to be happy. I said, okay, that's fine. You don't want to be happy. But then I asked the question, do you want to be unhappy? Then he was silent for some time. After some time, he said, sir, I don't want to be unhappy. Yeah. Then I asked the question once again, then what do you want to be? But sir, this is not possible to be happy always. That was the response. I said, yes. Now, you are mixing up what you want to be and what you are. Currently, you are able to see yourself that you are sometimes happy and sometimes unhappy. He said, yes. So, but what do you want to be? Do you want to be unhappy anytime? No, I don't want to be unhappy. Yeah, now we can explore within yourself whether you want to be happy and what is your ability. So many times we may, or rather the students may mix up this what I am and what I want to be. What I want to be is my natural acceptance, and what I am is my competence.
Yes, yes, right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, nice. So now this fourth question, for A rather, this is the other wants to make me happy. What do you think? Whether the other wants to make me happy? Are you able to see that the other wants to make me happy? Yeah, Girish ji is typing some in the chat box. The same was asked to me by a faculty who attended the UHV introductory workshop. She mentioned we had to give yes for getting certificate. No, this is self-exploration. It is not for getting certificate. Is a physical facility finally, after all, whether you get the certificate or not. The self-exploration is something which is there within what we are working upon. Sometimes even if we get the certificate, we may not explore that nicely as somebody else who did not get the certificate. So this is just, I mean, a physical facility only. But it does not depend upon whether you get the certificate or not. Is not depending upon whether you answer the question yes or no. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Very nice. I made her to explore, and finally she told yes. Yeah, exploration is what is important than getting them telling yes or no. They can tell yes or no. Both are fine. Even if they say yes or no, that is right for them. That is their self-exploration. Vaishali is typing. Now I know that the other also wants to make me happy. Yes. But when we put this before the student for the first time, many of them, like many of us, may not be able to see that the other wants to make me happy. And this is what we refer to as this doubt on intention. So because this exploration is going on, and in the first instance, when we just say that whether the other wants to make me happy, many of us, some of us can see that, some of us cannot see that. That is why we start with the question mark here. And this natural acceptance or intention, except for the last question, the other three can be seen easily, much easily, I would say. But the last question regarding whether the other wants to make me happy or not, many students and many faculty members also cannot see it in the first instance. So this is what we refer to as doubt on intention. But before going to this exploration, let us continue with the questions on competence, ability part. About your competence. 1B is, I am able to make myself always happy, always happy. What do you say? Yeah, Girish is typing, I feel the answer being no to this is due to fear and the feeling of being exploited. Oh, we have to explore this. Whether the answer, whenever somebody is asked these questions, they may say yes or no, that is fine. Even if it is yes, that is right for them. If it is no, that is right for them. Then we can let them explore, that's all, not convince. Still, if the exploration remains the same, this is fine. Maybe after some time, we can let them explore once again. We can put examples also into this. What is happiness? We discussed regarding that happiness is to be in a state of harmony earlier. You can bring in some of the examples of happiness and excitement. So do you think still happiness as excitement or something, this harmony part? And you can imagine another friend of you who is very close to you. What about him? Then you can imagine somebody who is not very close to you. If you ask the question to that person, these questions to that person, what response are you going to get? And whether the other, that is the friend, is able to, or rather, whether he wants to make you happy, that is the first question. And the ability part is we are going to ask right now. Slowly, we can just bring their attention to their natural acceptance and help them to explore. Nice. Yeah, what about this question? I am able to make myself always happy. Are you able to make yourself always happy? This word always is there. Girish is typing yes in the chat box. That's very good. Chamundaji is typing no in the chat box. Shuhangi is typing yes in the chat box. Mamdaji is typing yes. So we can explore whether you were happy yesterday at the same time. So 1 week before the same time, whether you were happy. And are you sure that you are going to be happy tomorrow? Or say a time which is, let us say, far away. That is, yeah, I want to be happy, that's fine. Now the question is about the competence. Whether are you able to? Amdad is shaping yes, I was, I will be. Very nice. But what about an year before? Are you sure that an year before the same time or in continuity you are happy? Shashikumarji is typing condition based. Yeah. Is it depending upon favorable circumstances? When the conditions are favorable, we are happy, and when conditions are unfavorable, we are unhappy. Is it like that? Or even if the conditions are unfavorable, we are happy? So we can explore within whether I am able to make myself always happy or sometimes. So if it is condition based, then it is, the answer is no. Mamta Diji is typing no, I wasn't before UHV. Yes, so with the help of these proposals, now we can see that happiness is to be in a state of harmony, and I'm trying to be happy in continuity. Yeah, so whether I'm able to make myself always happy, if somebody asks this question to me, this was asked to me by one of the students. After I finished my second lecture, rather the second hour of UHV 2, one student stood up and asked me, sir, are you happy always? I said, no, I'm not. Why are you not happy? You are speaking about happiness for these 2 hours. Then why are you not happy? I said, yeah, this is the point we are discussing, whether we are able to be happy in continuity. And that is the basic human aspiration. That's what we have discussed for today. Yeah, I want to be happy, that is for sure. But whether I'm able to be happy, this is many times this is depending upon my competence. I can see that I am lacking in competence, and whenever I am not in harmony, whenever I am not in happiness, I go into evaluation. Why I am not in harmony? Why I am not in happiness? So when I go into this evaluation, I can see that if I'm not happy, if I'm not in harmony, I'm responsible for this, not anybody else. There are several conditions or there are several unfavorable situations outside which may make me unhappy. But when the situations are not conducive or they are not favorable to me, I can see for myself, are the conditions making me unhappy or am I myself, my own exploration making me unhappy? Then with exploration, I can see that it is me who is making myself unhappy. So I can set my feelings right. This possibility is there. But at least in some occasions, I can see even now that I go into disharmony. So whenever I am going into disharmony, I go into this evaluation and trying to set my feelings right. So when this question is asked to me that by the student, I said that no, I'm not happy always, but I'm trying to reach that particular state of happiness always. I'm trying to improve my competence for that. Right now, my competence is not helping me to be happy always, but I try to be. This is what I responded to the student. Yeah. So let us put a question mark here because many of us cannot see that I'm able to make myself always happy, sometimes unhappy. And say, as somebody was telling in the chat box, this depends upon conditions or situations. Mamata ji is typing, most of the times I'm happy. Yeah. If at least for a moment you are not happy, then the answer to that question is no. Girish ji, please. You can unmute your mic and share. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, what I was thinking in the mind right now is actually we can definitely judge we are happy or not. But actually, even Sadhguru was actually pointing out this in a different way. When you are calm or when you are actually getting the stability, how you can test it. He was always telling there is a litmus test. So what is a litmus test? Someone asked him. He told that catch hold of a snake and put it on your hand. If you are really calm, the snake will not bite you. It will just move off. So similarly, is there a litmus test for the happiness? Because you cannot convince that you are happy to others and no one cares about it. And actually what is happening is even if you are having ill or even if you are sorrow or even if you are having some difficulties, but still in that difficulty, you can be happy. There is nothing difficult in that because physically you may not be happy or maybe your circumstance may not be favorable, but still inside you can always feel harmony and you can always feel, okay, these things will pass. Then the next time again, we know that, okay, sorrow is not continuous, it will end, and happiness is not continuous, it will end. All these things we know, we have heard many times. But essence is what is happening is there is no real litmus test to prove that you are happy. That is a pain. And one thing is actually we can always feel inner. That is actually a feeling. Happiness is definitely a feeling, and we can always tell that yes, I am happy or I am not happy. That we can tell. But the question is, if someone tells that I am happy, but by seeing his face, we know that okay, he's not at all happy. That is the one way you can tell that okay, your expressions actually show that. But then by the word, if you're just putting the word that I'm happy, I'm not happy, because that can be like an oral expression. So is there a litmus test? That is first thing, my question. And second thing is, actually we can be happy because actually we will be seeing another person a very very surrounding that is not at all harmonious for anyone to live in that place, but we can see that that person is really happy. Then we may suspect that okay, his mind may be off because he's actually having some other issue. We may tell different names for such persons too. So what is going to happen is in that scenario also that person is happy, but others may not be willing to accept that he's happy. So, is there any way that we can connect these two? Like, is there a litmus test for others to know whether you are happy or not, or is it just a self-feeling? To my consideration, it is only a self-feeling. You are the judge and you are the decision maker in that part.
Yeah, you can evaluate yourself better than anybody else. So you can see for yourself whether you are happy and not regarding the other. As you said, the other may be telling that I am happy, but he may not be. But we evaluate him or the other person on the basis of his expressions outside. And these expressions may not be a true replica of what the feeling inside. But for us, for me, I can see whether I am happy within. If I am peaceful, if I am having this harmony within, if I'm comfortable within, I will be happy for sure. So for me, I can evaluate myself rightly. This possibility for evaluating myself rightly is there. I can see my competence, that this is my competence. So right now I am happy or unhappy, I can see for myself. But when I express it to the other person, as you said, maybe for certificate, you have to respond like this. I may say that, no, I am happy. Even if I am unhappy, I may say that I'm happy. And you can see when this contradiction is there, when I say something else outside, but my feeling within is something different, then I can see this contradiction for myself, which is not naturally acceptable to me. So I'll be in a confusion, I'll be in a contradiction. This is not going to put me in harmony again. But when our feelings within and when what we express outside are in liaison, are in line with each other, maybe in both sides, maybe it's the feeling is naturally acceptable to you or the feeling is not naturally acceptable to you. But what we express outside is the same feeling. Then there is possibility for you to develop, I would say. So what we can try for ourselves is to see this competence for ourselves with the right evaluation. In fact, we discuss about this right evaluation part in the next session only. But I remember Girish is asking the same question in the introductory UHV workshop in his college also. It was very nice question. Litmus test, you cannot say, with the expressions outside, you cannot evaluate a person fully. So what the other person is telling is regarding his expression part, but the feeling you may have to explore or help him explore within and see for himself whether he is actually happy or not. Girish is typing in the chat box, a mother, even when unhappy, will make her son or daughter happy. We can explore this also. When you are unhappy, can you actually make the other happy? This is possible. When something is within you, you can share that. But if it is not with you, are you able to share this, Girishji?
Actually, I like to comment on this because I just saw the message in the chat box that okay, if you are unhappy, if you are happy, then only you can share it. Agreed. I'm not denying that, but certain times actually, what is going to happen is even by the sacrifice what you are going to do or the way you are trying to make your son or daughter happy may make herself happy even if she is unhappy. So she's doing that in expectation to become herself happy, like even sharing the food. She is having only one roti is there, and her son and daughter is also almost like what you call starving for some time. Whether she can consume that, but she will never do that. She will give to them, and then just by seeing them enjoying the food, she will be happier because body needs that, and she knows that okay, if I take that food, my body will be needing it so that I can work and I can get more, and then I can feed them. But she will always think differently. But if it is a father, for example, he may think roti, then I can go and work for some time and I can earn 2 rotis. So let me do that so that I can fulfill them in a better way. So both may think differently because that is what I was telling, because one is actually more like a sacrificial to get more happiness or to by seeing other person happy to get more to get themselves happy. These are again subjective. I'm just putting in a context example because it will never happen again. That is for sure. That is for sure.
Yeah, you can also explore for yourself within yourself whether it is when it is subjective, is it continuous?
No,
Subjective things, yeah.
That part is very true because to be continuously happy means that definitely your bank should be full. Then only you can lend out. There is no doubt about it. I'm not even questioning that part. Because I follow this thing how this is happening, because this sort of doubts, and if a student is asking that, I'm trying to explore how we can comment to them, because already we have gone through this and we have explored it and we know what answer is going to come. But only thing trying to explore further. That's all I'm looking at. Because if a student is asking the same question, we should not be worried that okay, I'm hearing this question for the first time and how I can do that. Because that's all I'm trying to explore, because I know, because if the bank is empty, you cannot lend, right?
True. Nice. Anyway, it is very nice that you brought out the point. Yeah. So when the mother is trying to feed the children, if she is may not be having a feeling of sacrifice at that time, if there is a feeling of affection with the children. So once if I'm having a feeling of sacrifice, I also having a feeling that I am losing something, that I am not in harmony. So sacrifice is putting you in disharmony. So when the mother is feeding the child or children, the mother is having the right feeling towards the children, and this right feeling, she can feed the child at the same time. What about the guidance part? So feeding the child is part of this care part, looking after the body of the children. So this having this food is for the body. That is what we have been discussing, and the body is in harmony. But what about the self? At the same time, the self may be unhappy. The mother is already unhappy, as Girish is telling. Can the mother able to bring, rather share happiness to the self of the children also at that time through guidance? For that, as Girish is rightly pointing out, your you have to be happy. That is he said regarding the bank. Yeah. So we will just continue with these questions. We finish these questions and we finish the content for the day. Or we, yeah, I am able to make myself always happy. So this is questionable to many of us. Regarding this question, I am able to make the other always happy. What do you say? What is your expression regarding this question? Whether you are able to make the other always happy? Mamataji is typing no. Girish is typing no. Yeah. So we can say this. And yeah, sometimes Chamundeshwari Didi. Yeah. Sridharan Bhaiya is also typing no. Subbaraoji is typing no in the chat box. Yeah. So this is the exploration which we may get from students also, that I'm not able to make the other always happy. So we have a question, rather suspicion upon this also. The third question, whether the other is able to make herself or himself always happy. What about the other? Niribamji is typing try in the chat box. Okay. What about the other? Is the other is able to make herself himself always happy? Girishi is typing don't know. Chamundeshwari ji not sure. Can't say. Sridharan ji not sure. Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah. So we are not sure about this because I'm not sure about myself. So what about the other? Not very sure about the other person. So we'll put a question mark there. Then to the last question, 4B, the other is able to make me always happy. Mamdaji is typing not without competence. Yeah, right. So we have a question mark already in this 4A, the want part. Now Chamundeshwari is typing no in the chat box. To be, maybe, yeah. What about 4B? Whether the other is able to make me always happy? Shubhangaji is typing sometimes. So we can explore regarding this. Whether the other is able to make me always happy when there is a question, not always, Sridharanji. So we can explore within ourselves. When we have a doubt on the intention part, the competence part is too doubtful. So we put this double question mark here. So this is regarding the responses to these questions, the questions of natural acceptance and the questions on competence. Nirvamji is typing in the chat box, their effort may be sincere for making me happy, but I may be too demanding and not getting happy even after his or her effort. Yeah. So this is where you can see the lack of competence in myself, because when the other is trying to or making effort to make me happy, I'm not ready to be happy. This is my lack of competence. But is the other able to make me always happy? Is the other always trying to make me always happy? The one part is something which we cannot see from the outset, in the beginning, the first time. And now the competence part, whether the other is able to make me always happy, is something which I cannot see right now. So we will have more discussion upon this, rather the evaluation part of these questions, to see what is trust will be discussed in the next session. Yeah. Is there any specific questions regarding the content? Any questions or any sharing? Immediate sharing? I hope, I hope everybody is exploring and reflecting to these questions. So we will continue from here onwards in the next Wednesday. Thanks to all of you for your participation. Today we have active participation from many of you in the chat box as well as with the mic. So thank you so much for this session today. We will continue next Wednesday. Over to you, Parishji.
Thank you, Sunil Bhaiya, for this enriching and informative session. And we sure like to have more and more such healthy discussion. So thank you all the family members, all the panel members for the participation. We'll meet again next Wednesday for more such exploration. So thank you everybody. Namaste. Namaste, Sunil Bhaiya.
Namaste. Thank you.